One Step Global works across multiple continents and for very many institutes, international institutes. What is the one common mistake that international universities make while they try to crack the Indian market?
Sure, I can give you perspective, from a market entry firm that is certainly working with almost 36 institutions globally that span across 7 countries. What we certainly advise international institutions to do is when making a strategy for the India market, they need to have a very hyper-local approach towards the same.
Right.
India is a very vast country with demographics, with a really varied and various economic abilities of students, coming from different parts of the states. So if you have one strategy, for your program approach in terms of international recruitment practices, that may not work at all times. The different aspirations of students, tend to actually get subdued with that. What you need to look at is the kind of program offerings that you have, with your university, and try and understand which are the key markets in the regions that students are looking at programs to go and pursue international education and study in your countries. One of the aspects that we also advise universities to actually adopt as a part of their strategies is to have multi-layered and tiered approach.
Right.
Right.
That is very, very important in a diverse country like India with such, economic differences. The strata. The strata are so different. The economic strata, the aspirations, as you were saying, rightly said. The aspirations are very, very different and the mindsets are very, very different.
True, absolutely. And understanding that and understanding which are the right agency partners to work with, which are the right advisors to work with, is something that our in-country representatives do and advise students as well. To also build up multi-tiered strategy is important. While you have certainly short-term goals with regard to student recruitment, you should also look to build long-term engagement with Indian institutions. There are so many universities across UK and Ireland that are also building up transnational education partnerships with Indian institutions. I think such aspects, create long-term sustainability of programs that they are looking to promote in the India market. There are so many institutions now looking at setting up branch campuses within India.
India campuses,
True. It's a thing of it's a flavor of the month.
Deakin has opened one institute, and also Southampton.
Absolutely, which is not too far away from here. It's right here in Gurgaon. And to understand, nuances of what Indian students are looking at from an international education is very important when you're looking at demographics within India and trying to identify the right students who want to come and apply for your programs.
So do they tend not to understand the socio-economic diversity and the aspirational differences? Are they unaware of the dynamism that the socio-economic landscape of India presents?
Well, I wouldn't say so in its entirety. To a large extent, UK and Australian institutions have been recruiting for several decades out here in India and South Asia. But there are newer destination countries like Ireland, like Germany, like many US institutions, with very good community colleges.
Where do they go wrong? Where?
So I think predominantly understanding with regard to what their short-term goals are with regard to recruitment efforts, and also building long-term sustainability and engagement with Indian institutions. I think getting the right mix of that is very important. To a great extent, I think India is pretty well known, to several universities across the world globally.
Because
but the largest
send the largest chunk of students.
Without a doubt, absolutely. And in markets such as the US, India is the most popular, global talent pool which is available. But to understand the largest South Asia context is very important for universities as well, where it's not just India, it's regional countries which surround us as well. Have great potential, for students and their appetite for international education.